Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Believing brothers and sisters in Islam, you are welcome once again to another episode in this blessed month of Ramadan. I remain your brother in Islam, the slave of Allah, Ustadz Abdullah Musa PenAbdul. The topic we have today is unpacking the meaning of Tawhid. It is a common statement on the tongue of most Muslims. Tawheed is something that is common, and people make reference to the word Tawheed. But there is need for us to understand the reality of this concept. What is the concept of Tawheed in Islam? Tawheed is from the Arabic word wahada, the masdar, wahada, yuwahid. Yani to join two things together, to bring things together to become one. That is uniting something. And that is why you have United Nation in Arabic as Ummah Muttahida, the United Nation. United, wahada. So when we talk of Tawheed, istilahan, from Shar'i point of view, the legislative meaning of it is to direct all acts of worship to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala alone. That is, you are uniting all acts of worship. They are united under one thing, under the servitude of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, not to be shared with other than Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. The first of all of the calls that Allah made to people in the glorious Quran, if you pick up the Quran and on the third or on the fourth page of the Quran, in Surah Al-Baqarah, after Surah Al-Fatiha, then you have the first page of Surah Al-Baqarah, the second one, the third page of Surah Al-Baqarah. The first ever call in the Mus'haf, yani the book itself, is Ya ayyuhan nasu a'budu rabbakum alladhi khalaqakum walladhina min qablikum la'allakum tattaqun. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala calls on the entirety of humanity. Ya ayyuhan nasu. Ibn Abbas, he said, whenever Allah calls on the entire humanity, then Allah is going to make a statement that is general in its application and none can deny the fact of that statement. But when Allah calls on the believers, then Allah is giving command. So believers should pay attention because the command is exclusively for them in this aspect. But here Allah says, Ya ayyuhan nas, O mankind, a'budu rabbakum alladhi khalaqakum. Worship your Lord who has created you. Worship your Lord who created you, who has created you. Now Ibn Abbas again, he said, kullu ma warada fil Qur'ani min al-ibada fama'naha at-tawhid. Whenever you see ibadah in the glorious Quran, the meaning is tawheed. So here Allah is saying, O mankind, worship Allah, bima'ana, single out Allah in ibadah. So tawheed is to direct all of the actions that we are expected to do in terms of worship, to direct them exclusively to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, not to share them with anyone, not to associate partners with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And this tawheed is the reason for which Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala created us. وَمَا خَلَقْتُ الْجِنَّ وَالْإِنسَ إِلَّا لِيَعْبُدُونَ. If you apply the understanding of Abdullah ibn Abbas radiallahu anhuma in its definition or in its explanation of أَعْبُدُوا رَبَّكُمْ, that ibadah means tawheed, then Allah says He has only created us for the sake of tawheed, to direct all acts of ibadah to Him. So this tawheed is what differentiates those that will abide forever in paradise and those that will abide forever in hellfire. Whoever comes with tawheed in the true sense of it will be entered into paradise to abide therein forever and ever. And whoever falls short of meeting up with the demands and the responsibilities or what tawheed necessitates, such a person will be entered into hellfire to abide therein forever and ever. These Tawheed scholars, out of understanding, they say Tawheed is divided into three aspects. You have the Tawhid of rububiyyah, that is the Tawhid of the Lordship of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, which of course is the first that we need to acknowledge first. That Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala khalaqana wa razaqana, that Allah created us, Allah provides for us. So we have to believe and that Allah is the king of the entire universe. Everything that is in existence belongs to Allah, and that Allah is al-mudabbir. Allah is the one that controls the entire affairs of the universe. When we acknowledge and affirm this tawheed, then it takes us to what? Because normally you won't worship whom you do not know. So now that you have identified Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala through his actions, then naturally you worship Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And that takes us to Tawhid al-uluhiyyah, the Tawheed of the divinity of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. What does this entail? That he that created, that he that provides, that he that controls the affairs of the universe, he alone is deserving to be worshipped. And that is what that Tawheed is all about. Tawheed of uluhiyyah. And then you can't worship Allah without knowing Allah, the attributes of Allah. So people naturally, they recognize things and then they become subservient to them when they know the attributes of those things. So you are afraid of a lion because you know the attributes of a lion. So naturally, whoever worships Allah, those that out of knowing Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala through his beautiful names and attributes. And that takes us to the third aspect of Tawheed, which is Tawhid al-asma wa sifat. Brothers and sisters in Islam, this is the reason for our creation. Let us perfect our Tawheed. Let us not associate partners with Allah. Let us worship Allah alone, and then we will attain salvation. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make it easy for us. Subhanakallah wa bihamdik, shalla ilaha illa anta, astaghfiruka wa atubu ilayk.